power supply for my other keyboard that's in that other room over there. I'm going to bring it upstairs so that you can start to play it.
Well, the piano's just out of tune. And
I know. Well, we need to tune it. But you're saying, what were you saying? You're saying you got burnt by the sun. You got a sunburn.
When I went out, I was so fear that if I was out an hour in the country, and everyone went to the country, and they went for the summers in New York because with their children, because it was so hot in the city. So I get it in 2 seconds.
Yeah.
And then later on, I went to camp.
So you have, so just little spots you have now still from.
Yeah.
So you had it your whole life, forever since you got the sunburn?
Yeah.
Wow.
When I was little, yeah. But I'm very delicate.
Yes. I know. But you're very strong at the same time.
Oh my God.
I like
my sister Sylvia lived to be almost 89. But my sister Rita, because she drank and smoked. She didn't take drugs, but she was drinking. She was wonderful.
Smoking. Yes. I feel like the smoking. What do you think's worse for you, smoking or drinking?
Depends on the person.
I think smoking.
Smoking is bad.
Yeah. Smoking is bad. Yeah. Yeah.
It was very interesting. My father smoked. My father lived to be in his 90s. He smoked cigarettes. Everybody smokes cigarettes. They didn't know. So as soon as they said it'll cause cancer, he never smoked another cigarette. My father loved to eat, let me tell you. Or do, he didn't drink much or anything like that. I guess in holidays, if they had, they might have had something. But they drank coffee in the morning and they ate a big meal at 3 p.m. and that was it. And it was a really good cook and she was an excellent baker.
Yeah.
And, I told you, I remember when I was 7, they had a big fight. My parents never fought. I burst into tears. It was terrible. And I never forgot what my father said. It was the only time my father, because we had the old house, you had to go upstairs to sit. So this was in Brooklyn. So my father took me upstairs and I was crying and he said, and I never forgot it, he said, just because people have an argument doesn't mean they don't love each other. Oh, but I love Daddy. Thank you. I never forgot that, I can tell you.
Well, we know the truth of that now.
Let me tell you.
With Mel.
Oh, God. But thank God. Gloria, I always say it's like a female marketing.
Yeah.
Because she can,
always
the same crap.
I missed a court date. I gotta
he didn't want anybody there. She didn't want us.
Yeah. Wait, so that court date got rescheduled too?
Well, the court date was for the thing. I don't know what it was for, right?
Yeah, but that got rescheduled also?
Yeah. I don't know when it's going to be. They postponed it. I don't know. Maybe all the judges are sick.
Maybe. That could be the reason.
Or either that or drunk. I don't know.
They could be drunk.
They could be. Never seen anything like that. Anyway. Tomorrow I should slip over to Stop and Shop. I was going to go tonight, but I'm too sleepy. And it's so
far. It's a little bit far. I mean,
I always walk.
Yeah, I like to walk too. I like to walk. I'm trying to go outside and hit some wiffle balls.
What is that?
I got a wiffle ball bat. Yeah.
What is that?
It's like a plastic bat. You were with me actually. Yeah. We got it at Dollar Tree.
Oh, okay.
Remember, it was out there on the sign. I was like, I'm picking this up. And yeah, it's a wiffle ball bat. And I need to hit it. But my picture, I need a picture. Did you ever play any sports? Ever?
I'm a very good walker, as you know. You play volleyball.
Have you ever done a competitive walking? Like, I know they had speed walking.
No, I
It's popular for
I
a
never
bit.
did that. But I did roller skating. I love to roller skate. And I did learn how to go on ice skates.
Mm.
But, you know, we had to go to a place until you got to the place. And then you got that bottles after a while. But I walk a lot, you know that.
Yeah, but you didn't. Did you go to an all-girls school?
No, I went to college.
But like when you were a kid.
No, I always went to just the regular
Okay.
schools.
See, my mom went to like all
Oh
girls
no,
Catholic
were they
school
private school? Oh, yeah, Catholic school.
in South Boston.
Oh no, no, I grew up in Brooklyn. No, you went to the public school. I went to PS 190. Then I went to junior high school. You had to schlep into this really crappy neighborhood, and go up over a bridge over the railroad tracks. And you go over this enormous stone bridge and walk over there, and then you schlep home. Take 45 minutes either way. And then I remember some horrible girl, I didn't even know her. She hit me on the head. There's no reason for it. Yeah, with something, and it was like a feather going on my head. I mean, she didn't have any strength. She was an idiot, but it worked out in my favor.
Yeah.
And I just ignored her. I just kept walking home. It would take me 45 minutes to walk home. It was a very long walk through a neighborhood that was not so hatsy-tatsy in those days. But nobody bothered you. It didn't bother you.
I forgot about that. When did that happen?
Oh, that happened when I was in junior high school, so I would have been, because I skipped, I would have been 11, 12.
You skipped? You were so smart.
Well, I was in the special progressive classes.
Yeah.
SP.
SP. Oh my gosh.
Special
You know,
progressive.
have you ever heard of Scientology?
I've heard of Scientology, but that wasn't Scientology.
Well, it's funny
Science.
because just like in Scientology, an SP, what they call an SP is a suppressive person.
No, this is special progressive.
Yeah. This
Special
was a
progressive.
good SP.
And
You
you know,
know
they
that you're not a
skipped you.
Scientologist. They'd be like,
Yeah.
they would read into that probably.
No, but I mean, like, and it was a very long walk into this really crappy neighborhood. But nobody bothered me. I tell you, when she hit me over the head with this stupid thing, she didn't have strength in her arm. She could have killed me. I didn't do anything to her. I was walking past her. It was always so crowded. Yeah. Sometimes my friend's mother would drive us to her home. We could have lunch there. But we just took a sandwich. When I was in PS 190, you know, the public school, you'd go home for lunch. And then you'd come back. My mother always said I was a picky eater. You know.
Mm-hmm.
And I was very skinny. But I ate what I wanted. I didn't like so many things. I didn't like eggs. Although I do like hard-boiled eggs, but it's not much.
Is that the only kind of egg you like? You like eggs now.
Yeah, well, I do.
Yeah.
But I do like. Yeah, I do. And Marty loved the matzah brine.
Yeah.
You take 2 pieces of matzah and I don't remember how many eggs, and at least 2, and you mix it all up together, and you do it on top of the stove. Oh, we loved it. Used to do everything.
Well, we gotta make that again. I keep meaning to. Yeah. It's weird how doesn't it feel like it's dark in this room now?
Yeah, the room is but you
Ever
can see the
since we
sun.
like brought these curtains in, I feel like.
Oh, that's what it does.
But then I like have the curtains. See, I have the curtains like
you can see
tucked
the sun.
it away. But it seems dark. Doesn't it seem like it shouldn't be so dark in here?
I don't know. Because I don't know if it's dark upstairs. I always have to put the light on in the kitchen upstairs. Doesn't matter when it is.
No, not all day.
Well, a lot of the time.
Yeah.
I have to.
No, I know what you mean. This poor thing.
You know, this room was always so quiet. And hardly anything went on here, you know.
Yeah.
You just had, maybe you had to catch us occasionally. But, you know, we went up and down in the house because it's a big house.
Yeah.
So you do whatever you want. But, you know, it's sort of more lively, you know.
I like that. That's a nice,
Nice
it's
thing.
a good energy.
Yeah,
I feel like.
it's nice. It's nice. It's very picturesque. Have you been playing the keyboard? Don't hurt yourself.
Yeah, like I was gonna show you.
Yeah,
Here,
show
you can
me.
play it.
Yeah, I'm
'Cause I just got it set up. Yeah, you do.
Well, I don't play anything with actually. I haven't looked at music in years.
Let's see.
No, but I mean, we should play it. I don't know anything by heart either.
That's okay.
I really haven't played in
Neither.
years.
Hard.
That's not my forte, let me tell you. But, you know, I took singing lessons.
Me too.
Are you an outdoor too?
I'm a metro. Let's see. I had it set up going real good.
To play because I'm asleep. I was ready. I'm so tired.
Are you tired? Oh, I meant to make a. Uh-oh.
It is exactly.
It is plugged in. Uh-oh. What's this about? What the fuck? I just got this working.
It has to be attached to something. Did I get unplugged or?
No.
I don't know anything.
Why is it doing that? I just had it working last night.
Maybe it's where it is. Maybe it's a big table.
What? Oh.
Maybe the other
Oh. What the hell? Oh my god, no. I just did this. I just figured this out last night to make this work. And it's plugging in.
that doesn't need another.
Huh. See, it like,
Are there two plugs?
no. Oh, unless, oh, you're right. See, I thought it was, you know what? I thought it was a miracle last night. Shit. And then I left it on. See, because I knew it needed power, and I thought that it was like living off the power of through this guitar cable. I'm me being stupid, right? But then I think I left it on. Hopefully I didn't leave it on. But now the battery's dead. But obviously what happened was
battery does it use?
well, it uses D batteries, or it uses a 12-volt that you plug in, which I have in my car, but it's okay. It's just dead. I'm gonna put it in the other room. And then I have another keyboard.
You're kidding. Really? I don't think I can move, so otherwise I would. Don't be dumb.
I was just dumb in that
Oh,
I started playing it last night, and I thought that I was like thinking that it was running power off of from the guitar
Yeah, but,
cable.
you know, it's
like,
new
as if I
to-
didn't need
Yeah, well,
power.
it's new to you. You have to learn about it. That's all. You'll figure it out. Right. What happened to Chris?
Now,
I have no idea. The room looks so much better. It was such a quiet room before. Ugh. Move.
Oh shit. Oh, it's okay.
The pudding.
Oh, it's an animal.
Where's the vent on top?
Yep. It's above your room. Yeah.
Why is he leaving the vent up? I know it does.
Because it's missing.
It's old.
Well, no, it's missing. Yeah. If you look up there, you'll see it's missing. You know. Prayer. In the basement. And that's the best. We don't spend much time down there anymore. In the wreck of dry Glaser. Come on up. You want to have a seat?
Well,
Go right ahead.
She won't pick up if you say, I do sorry, there's nothing else I can do that shows you who's calling.
Maybe.
but I think how did Gloria, I think Gloria called and said that her husband.
Yeah.
I'm
How? Yeah.
blue, red, like the clown. But you know what? JFK's house don't have no JFK roses out.
Oh, you went over it. I don't even hear the
That rose that we put out front today is a hybrid. And it's called.
Wait, did you get the JFK one?
No.
Oh.
I got the Miracle on the Hudson rose, which is named for the people in that airplane that crashed. Sullenberger landed the airplane in the Hudson. Yeah. What, when Sullenberger did that? 4 or 5 years ago, probably? Yeah, he had a dual flame out. Yeah, it was a huge story at the time. He put the plane down, everyone lived. Put it down the river. Ooh. I guess he had taken off from Newark. Yeah, the engines went dead,
Wow.
and he couldn't make the turn back to the field, so he decided to put it down the river. And this guy, the reason why everyone survived is because this guy is a very accomplished glider pilot. Not only is he a glider pilot, but he is a flight instructor. So he knew how to put the plane down one piece, which he did. And the plane's in a museum now, I think. The plane got trashed. Planes get wet.
This was recently, right?
4 or 5 years ago.
And then wasn't there the movie then?
Yep,
And was
the
it
movie
Tom Hanks?
Yep.
And then wasn't there something like where
Denzel Washington movie.
didn't he like get in trouble after that though for something?
Well, a lot of people, there was people in the aviation community that argued that, he was reviewed by the FAA, an FAA board, And he was vindicated in the end, but you know, there were people who said that putting it down the river was irresponsible and he should have been able to turn. But after they ran the flight simulators for God knows how many hours, they ran flight simulation of the same exact malfunction at the same moment.
Mm-hmm.
They couldn't find a pilot to bring the plane back to Newark and land it. So it would have stalled and just flown right into the ground.
Wait, what do you mean? I don't understand.
Like he took off from the airport.
Yeah.
He was at full power. He was climbing out.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know where he was going. It was a domestic flight. But that put him outside the aircraft, the boundaries of the, and he's heading towards New York City. And typically you turn to the right and you fly out to the Atlantic over the Statue of Liberty.
Mm-hmm.
And in this case, there was no way he could have possibly turned around. No one could have, and they tried hard in the flight aircraft simulators to fly that same exact aircraft through the same emergency. They couldn't get someone. They couldn't find anyone that could have brought it back to the field because it's too late. Too late would be the cry. When you take off from an airport, if you lose power, the most dangerous thing you can do is turn around. When you turn around back to the field, your airspeed drops and you reach a point of stall. And once the wing stalls, the plane, if you don't have the altitude, you just buy the farm, as they say. Yeah, but Sullenberger pulled it off. It was a miracle. And those people in that plane could not have had a better pilot for that emergency. Just because the glider action, I mean, it's like my uncle said, you don't jump out of a good airplane, you know. And if we ever lost the engine flying, you put it down in the water, because we'd fly up and down the coast, and we'd fly around like New England, but we'd fly along the coastline. And the idea is you put it down just off the beach, and you dump the fuel out of it if you can before you put it down just off the beach. You know, and you just plan, once that engine stalls, all you're concerned about is getting your people back on the ground in one piece. The airplane's trash. The airplane that engine dies, and you're gonna crash no matter. So all you're worried about is people inside the plane. So it doesn't matter. You put it down in the water, you know, and that's just what you do. That was some of my most fun flying with my uncle. And with this guy, Tom Richards. I flew this guy, Tom Richards, had a Cessna. We'd fly out of Providence. We'd fly around. I flew over North Attleboro one day. Both my parents were in the lawn. We came in at about 500 feet, like, at an angle like this. And I looked out the window at my parents. My mother was terrified. It was all right, you know. But Tom Richards, he was a maniac. He'd be like, oh, you want to fly 400 or 500 feet off the ground? We can do that. You know, if we weren't in controlled airspace around an airport, technically, you're not supposed to fly under 1,000 feet over residential areas, over right around 500 feet. Fly over North Attleboro. And that was a lot of fun. That was tremendous fun. I was talking to Jarvis the other day about an intro flight, because I know these guys, they're certified flight instructors. They fly out of Lincoln, Rhode Island, which is the local airport to me. And, you know, for short money, we could go on a scenic little flight. And Jarvis could breathe a little heavier, knowing that, like, I was at half of. Maybe we'll go up. Maybe she could fly the plane someday. Because you know what? Women can fly planes too, believe it or not. Yeah. And
did they ever let you fly the side door? Okay.
nice. It's a nice spot. We drove down Beale, which is the low hanging. Hosta is the low hanging fruit of ornamental shrubbery. We have roses and other things. Like it.
Well, I made like.
She's got mezcal, which is a type of drink that is something
Very
like
water.
what you put.
I put like water. I always water it down.
Tonic water.
No.
Regular water.
Limes and you try it?
Did you didn't
Yeah.
go to you didn't go to the
We drove by
I
it.
drove by.
Closed.
I was gonna pitch me ball.
Me. That they had walking around. They had a little park ranger, a little tan. Oh, why? Why not? Why not?
Keep going.
Rickety old bike that we picked up.
Oh my God, we left it.
Oh, it's on the internet. The first one, like, it's very rare English bicycle. The one we picked up. First one I saw, $2,700. Second one I saw, $1,600. Next one I saw, $1,000. Next one I saw, $1,200. Not a bad piece of trash to find on the side of the road. I'm excited. It's gonna be a nice thing once it's all fixed up. But right now, it's a basket case. But not bad, not a bad find. Once it's all put back together. And then this one, Henny.
Where did you get that one?
This one here, built from parts.
Where was it? That's yours.
Parts are in the basement. Some of the parts I bought at the store.
Was that a bike that was here?
The frame of it was, yeah, but it was never one of your bikes. Your bike, Marty's bike, 4 bikes in the basement that are, one's yours, one's Martin's, one's Melvin's, one's Gloria's. Yep.
Oh, you turned into that. It wasn't gonna be. It's a little ball, it's not a champagne bottle. Remember that? Well, it was bad.
Strike one.
Yeah. Oh, God.
Foul at best.
That
At best.
one. So far.
Oh,
I gotta learn how to throw this thing. It's so
right? This girl's got spunk. That's a bad fit.
Oh, I'm gonna hit a top flat. Ah! It's weird. You have to like change, alter everything to be like.
It's dangerous.
Ah!
Oh,
That was another bad thing.
oh, this is what you get. Dollar store ball.
What? Dented?
Yeah.
Okay, well, let's do it. Ah! Oh, real bad. Try to pop it out.
Why didn't we get a wiffle ball on that?
This was $1, and I got it on impulse. Okay. You done.
We're gonna have to get him.
A little was.
Yeah, fine. Oh, you have a, what am
That's
I,
why they call it.
that's
That's why
one
they
of my
call it
plates here. You call it plate.
2 dents.
I'm not accepting that. It's more, it makes me about, like, I'll become.
I understand.
That was nice. That was a nice.
Whatever.
Say she's a beautiful
You don't
lady.
even know the word.
Lady, that might push.
Oh my God! Come on.
She is dangerous. I can tell by looking at her. It's not, yeah, it hurt.
It did with a wiffle ball. It was shocking.
That hurt.
It was shocking, but it didn't hurt.
It hurt.
It was. You're okay. Look, you're walking. You're walking around. Wait, are you not gonna pinch me anymore? We gotta get you a cup, I guess.
Are you oiling the bike?
Yeah.
Did it hurt? Did it really hurt?
Yeah. Yeah, it hurt. She hit me in the ball.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Can you imagine that? Pre-oil everything. I'm not going to try and move any of those nuts and bolts and screws anytime soon because they've been sitting like that. I don't want to break anything, but I will hit it with the fish oil, which is what WD-40 is made out of, fish oil.
That's what they say. I can legend.
Not to take the flavor.
We hear you not gonna push me no more.
What?
Can you hear me? Oh, yes, feel? I'm going crazy next. You're the outfielder now. You didn't know you'd be recruited for the team. I swung. It would have been a foul. It would have been a foul. I swung. First baseball player that treats like a tennis player.
Yeah.
You know? That's good. What I'm going to bring you to the day.
Yeah, she's dangerous.
Yeah, four is going to be too smart.
3 dents. Oh, sorry.
Oh, foul! 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 Covering that crotch area after every hit. That's his signature. That's what he brings to the big league.
No, if I was smart, I'd be standing like this.
Well,
This is how the pitcher
warms
stands.
up, see? That's why he got hit. First off, he should have been wearing a cup. Second off, his stance is all off. You're right. You're right.
I thought this was a friendly.
Well, I don't know why he thought that. Oh. Wow. Home run. Third base. Uh-oh. She's running for home. Tabby has to either pass the ball. Destroy this ball.
Yeah.
Nah, you're not gonna be able to hit them hard.
I'll try to. I got a little dog ball that's fine.
See, that's better. That's better. Whack. Really not. Rabbit! Penny, look. Mr. SpaghettiOs.
Oh,
Spaghetti.
I haven't seen a rabbit.
Fine.
We need to tag him with something to make sure it's him, but I think it is him.
Yeah.
He loves SpaghettiOs. He likes to chill out. He likes to hang out. He likes not a baby. Uh-oh.
That's not worth
You don't like baseball? You don't like baseball, SpaghettiOs? It's okay. You can come back on
It's a rabbit.
Sit on the ground so you're less big. Sit on the ground, talk to him like a baby. He's cute, but he looks more tasty to me. There's a lot of rabbits at my mother's house. North Attleboro, I would plant strawberries for the rabbits. Like Shirley. Get him. Rabbits? There's all kinds of nature in the city. Turkey, rabbit, rat, mole, mouse, birds, raccoons. I saw a raccoon in the street 2 nights ago. They're like this big. A possum. There's all kinds of wildlife here. It's still here, Eddie. Basement's a whole nother thing. At night, that open, every morning I open it. I don't want them down there, but the problem is the rats run through tunnels underground. Come straight through the foundation walls here and there. I was telling Gloria, it's like as I see them come through holes, I put cement in the hole. That's all we can really do. No, but she said when Ben and her lived in that brownstone, that they'd see hundreds of rats in the dumpsters. Like Alston, like when I go over Cambridge Street, get a customer. I got 4 customers in one building. When I pull around that building at night, dozens of rats in the dumpsters. I brought some Urban Achievers one night with a bunch of pellet guns. We filled bags full of rats in this basement. Lulu's restaurant, very popular restaurant. Alston Diner. Shisha Lounge is all in the same building. The basement is like fieldstone, like yours. It's like Marty. Marty was like, I want you to kill all the squirrels. And the problem with that is we put a bunch of dead squirrels up there in rat traps. The optics aren't very good. But I understand why he wanted that.
Well, I know the next door neighbors we had the same problem.
What problem? Mm.
You show Henny?
What is it?
Well, squirrelies in my cup.
Squirrels that are popular with her, or the squirrel wanted. No, he's healthy enough now, I think, to go and live in nature if he wants to do that. Coat. Not in your sleeve, but in your coat. Yeah, in your sleeve. Squirrels in her sleeve. No, he smells her and he knows that she's done nothing but. I've done nothing but help him too, but a little bastard doesn't like me. That's fine, I'll give him a pass. I like Gilby better.
Squirrely is a good person. The
The
squirrely,
one container, she uses as a water lemon / food glass. The secondary container with the green straw is trash.
what it was like with my little bird. Like I knew my little bird had to go back to the wild because
The birds live in the wild.
he was too old. First off, he was too old to imprint on me, even though he was young. And I thought he was injured. And I've helped a lot of injured birds. But then I realized he was just too young and dumb to know how. I realized so much about birds from my little bird because it was like my little bird just literally didn't know how to fly. And they're just like faking it till they make it. And he just got trapped in the glass alley of CCTV. So he's just like it's like, but when he's out, if he's in the grass, like in the bush, it's like you don't know. There's so many of those little birds are just young and dumb. And they don't know how to fly and they're just faking it. Because then I brought him to my oasis over by EMF and I showed him.
Trees.
I released him in there, and he didn't really want nothing to do with me, which like
that walled off birch courtyard?
Mm-hmm. And the other birds like accepted him. But once he was in my little picnic basket and once he heard the other birds, he was like wiling out in his little basket. He wanted to be with the other birds so bad. And they except once he finally, I had to help him out because he flew up. He tried to fly. He could only fly this much, which is the funny thing. It's you don't realize because you see birds hopping around, but some of those are baby birds that literally can't fly any more than that. And he flew up and he got stuck in this metal grate. So then I had to go get him out of the metal grate, and put him back down. And then finally he got up onto the ivy. Where the other birds were hanging out. And then they flew around him and talked to him because they say if you touch a bird the other birds might reject it or something.
You get flipped right out of the nest. Yeah, but that's its nature. But the thing is, the squirrel knows the smell of us. You, me, her, the house. The squirrel was living in the house. I chased the squirrel out 2 weeks ago. I chased the squirrel out to the bushes I walk back here.
Was
I
that
turn
true?
around. He's looking at me. I turn around like this. I look. As soon as he thinks I'm gone, runs right back inside the house. Then we got him in the basement. He's asleep. I said, look, you know, if you want a squirrel, help the squirrel. Because my theory is, squirrel gets this. Just can't live in the house. Squirrel can be outside. That's fine. Can't be in the house though. And then worse is that the rats would tear the squirrel apart in the house.
What?
We don't need that.
The rats haven't torn anybody apart.
The rats will go after the squirrel. The squirrel is not a rat. Just like the rats who kill chipmunks, rats who kill the moles, rats who kill smaller rats, to the point where it picks up the body and brings it outside the house throughout here. We've had that happen a few times. Even shot rats that were dead. So they have a little bit of order. A little bit of order. But this guy, who's got a thing for Jarna, I'm not holding that against him, you know. That's as far as he knows. And he's cute. He's pretty cute. Yeah, the squirrel, it's like a hamster with a tail. You know? And little Gilby had so much fun out here last night, running along the grass. We let him out. He could run on the grass. I think he enjoyed that.
We loved it. Gilbo loves all kinds of DTF, as they say. One of us? I don't know about that. That's interesting. He's done DTH, DTP. It's so funny. It's so funny though. It is funny how Squirrely comes out every time he finishes eating an almond. He comes out looking for the almond, but then he goes back into his lair. But he's very I feel that for Squirrely, there's a very blurred line between me, my body, and this sweatshirt, and home. It's home, but I don't know. I don't know what. I know. Where does he get an almond? You want another one? But aren't you not ecstatic about the outside? You think he'd be hot.
He doesn't care about being outside. He just likes being where he is. It's dark, warm.
Well, he likes his sweatshirt. Well, that's why.
He vacuums.
If we put his hoodie in that dishwasher, would he just sleep there? I would like it if he would just sleep somewhere where I know where he is. I feel like I want to tie a string because I don't know. It'd be different if I just grabbed him. Not like that. I never tied a string around Gilby. That was a freak accident that he got into on his own, and I didn't get to him in time. I didn't tie a string around his leg. Thank God I didn't tell you about my real. See, he doesn't like you. We're out of almonds. I can't believe he's eating all those. That's all I have.
That fast?
Yeah.
He doesn't storm in his cheek. He just eats.
No, that's what I was wondering. But he's in there eating them. What was that, honey?
I think it's going in the front room, Henny. It'll be a nice chair for you to sit in. I know Jarva likes it. I tried to sit in it earlier, and I sat in it for a few minutes.
I haven't sat in it.
No back support. Yeah. That is a lounging chair. When I sit at a funny angle, I can feel my back load up. I can feel it get. You know, like right now, it's like, I mean, maybe theoretically.
Like against a wall.
Oh,
That's the easiest way.
I don't know about that.
Well, do
I
a
might
hand.
try it someday.
Try it. You'd rather do an free open handstand?
I don't want to do a handstand because it's going to land. I'm going to end up landing on the ground. I'm laying there like this.
He did eat some hamster food.
Yeah, I mean, I think that he likes you. He likes your smell. He doesn't care about going up the oak tree.
But he doesn't it's not like he
Doesn't
loves
care that
me.
he's outside.
Like, I mean, he does love me in his own squirrely way, but I think I got to do a little bit more research. Maybe we'll bring him out tomorrow. He bit me the other day, but he didn't draw blood. So,
Yeah, he bit me once.
but I was like giving him yogurt. I don't know why he did it.
No. He popped a hole straight through my thumb.
Oh,
right
see,
here.
oh no. See, he didn't, he just bit me like communication. Like Gilby will do
No.
that too. He bit me, he would never bite
Like
me.
a snake bite. I opened it as much as I could, pressed it out, pressed the blood out, pressed the blood out, pressed the blood out. I opened it up.
Oh, really?
Poured hydrogen peroxide into the wound, pressed it out until I couldn't press any more blood out.
Oh, you coughing?
So I'm not worried about his little snaggletooth germs in my finger.
See, when he bit me, it was just like a playful. It's like I didn't know what it meant, but I wasn't expecting it.
He chomped the
Yeah,
hole right
because
through
he
my
could
thumb.
do that. Yeah.
Yeah.
He doesn't ever do that to me. Which is so crazy though, because he used to hate me. Like, remember the first time I picked him up and he was like, he's scared. Oh, sorry. I'm sorry. I have to make good squirrely sounds too. That reminded he was like, now he makes all these different little sounds at me, and I don't know what they mean. And I have to look them up. But I'm surprised. I'm like, are you hot? I'm like, yeah, he loved me when he loved my body for the warmth, and he just like wanted to be near me. But now he's got to be like hot and just like, it's summertime, hot girl summer. Let me out of here. Oh, that's when he'll really want to leave. If he sticks around, he'll really like puberty time.
By the mint, there's chipmunk. In the mint. In the hole next to the mint.
We have mint.
Look, here he comes.
Oh.
Make you happy. And I know that
I do love you for it. But I feel like I wouldn't make him be outside. Uh-oh, that scared him. Sounds scare him. But I don't want to get, I don't want to stunt him. I think it's a 2000.
what, the Subaru? 2000. Yeah.
What if I kept squirreling?
Sitting in my mother's driveway. It has a new motor, new turbo, just sitting there.
What's funny is like I would let Squirrely live in my studio, but there's no ceiling. So he'd right out of that. He'd be running around. No, can you believe it? If you want a ceiling in my studio space where I work, like work vacation, extended work vacation, remote, even though I don't need to be remote.
In a new building that might have 400 other artists.
You need to we could make our own ceiling, and then I could have a ceiling. But then we'd have to remove it if we ever left the studio. But people have done it. You can do whatever the fuck you want in that room. You just have to return it to how it was. Except, like, I mean, somebody else built the closet, but the semi-closet that exists that, you know. Probably if you built a ceiling, actually, they'd let you leave it. But, like, you go out, like, I could build a ceiling in my studio. I don't know. You could. I could show you the floors on which, because somebody told me. I don't care. I mean, that's what I would need for Squirrely to live in my studio now, because Gilby is a room for him.
Gilby was a free-range hamster in her studio, doing his own thing, not in a cage.
See, I really don't think
She said, I have
anybody.
a hamster. I didn't believe it. I was like, maybe you had a hamster, but you let the hamster go in a mill building, a brownstone mill building.
It's because nobody's done the legwork of having a free range hamster like I have. You know,
Probably not.
Like, I would love to connect with other people that keep a free range hamster. It's like, look it up on the internet. I feel like I'm a real pioneer of free range hamster keeping. You know, there should be some freak out in the middle of nowhere somewhere that has like a hamster room or something. But the thing is, like, really, like, you want one hamster to like a large enclosed room. Because they don't even like to be. It's not like they don't. You could keep a bunch of hamsters in one room together, I'm sure, but they don't. They don't prefer that.
No, certainly not.
But I like that thing we were watching the other night. I still haven't shown you the hamsters underwater thing, which is kind of like abusive. I don't agree with it, but
That's cutting edge.
let me see if I can find it. Uh-oh, see squirrelies around the back. I mean, I'm so, because it's like if he just ran away. I still had mascara on the stairs. We can hear it through the window.
We'll leave a message. Don't worry about it. What do you want to do? Do you want to still go there?
I have to.
Okay.
I can just go and come back. It's my studio. I have to get paper and a printer thing.
I'll go with you. It's okay.
But what, are we going to eat dinner first?
We can hit fast food on the way, or we can eat here. Henny, how do you feel about a Mexican sandwich?
Well, actually, I'm not hungry. I ate my lunch so late. What is it?
The burrito.
I ate it so late.
So you're okay on dinner? Well,
You're going to want to eat something.
I don't have to make dinner. But we do have to go to her studio.
In Lowell. No, in Lowell.
Roll.
I park at my studio. There's multiple parking lots. It's very easy. Can park luxuriously right next to the studio. Yeah. Yeah, I guess you're right. Mm-hmm.
Those bubbles, just for documenting purposes, are from the pump, so she's not losing air.
Okay. Okay.
So for those of you that aren't aware, the mad scientist, which is not obviously his actual name, but we're just going to call him that because that's the name that he prefers to go by. He actually, mad scientist is doing is he's
Are you
actually
from New
putting
Zealand?
hamsters into underwater enclosures.
Mm-hmm.
So in order for him to do that, he's taking a tank, making his own containers and things like that that he then puts inside the tank. And what I can see, they are 100% watertight, no water to get in. There's no risk as far as I'm aware of the animal actually drowning. There's no risk of the animal suffocating, and provide a solution for you, mad scientists, so that not only are we discussing this and addressing it, then we're going to be talking about your actual water enclosure and why that is wrong and what you can do to fix that. And then we're going to be talking about enrichment. Right, so guys, what I've done is I've taken screenshots of the setups and things like that. I'll leave them somewhere on the screen so that you guys can see them as well. While I look at them, I'm going to go over some of your basic information about them. And the reason I'm starting off with pin cage is because the pin cage is actually the correct size from what I can see. Now, in this photo that I'm looking at here, the only thing that I will say that is pretty bad about the outside is that there doesn't seem to be enough ventilation. Hamsters have got very
Basically, yeah, see, like, because Squirrely doesn't really, and he just kind of likes me.
He's not likely to care about trees.
No, he's like, when we let him out, he's probably gonna go and live all the time and live here. Except it's like if you have a squirrel that's so tamed that like it plays with like your other animals and stuff, like predator animals, and like likes multiple people and like jumps on people's shoulders and stuff, then it's like you can't release the animal. But because that's what I'm like, can I let my squirrel go? And he's not that tame. He's gonna go live his squirrel life eventually.
Okay.
Which is probably the best thing for him.
Well, is it?
Right?
Yeah, I think it's the best thing for him.
You know, the grass looks so nice.
It's wonderful, honey. Last night I laid down on it, on my back like this. And I imagine making snow angels in the grass. Okay. That's an important
Well,
thing.
if you think I'm not going to be in the way, then I'll go.
No, you wouldn't be in the way at all. No, not at all. Not at all. It'd be fun. You've never seen anything like her studio. But it is her own land. Her own thing. It's wonderful. Wait till you see it. It's a very comfortable futon there that we can sit on. Where I like to sit.
Okay. Somebody said,
You want a little hamburger from Burger King?
no.
Okay.
No, what I'm saying is I didn't actually remember what I took. We ate a very late lunch. I did take my picture. You know, I take them for the morning and stuff like that. I just didn't want to make a mistake. It's a beautiful day.
Jar jar.
Oh my God, there's so many contradictory opinions on this squirrel forum.
A forum is a place on the internet where people discuss ideas. Yep. Yeah, I think a trip to Lowell will be a lot of fun. When do you feel like going to Lowell?
It's always open.
Is that less than that studio? No. She's on the top floor. She's on the fifth.
Okay, then let's go.
We're gonna hit Burger King on the way out of town. Was there ever a squirrel in Brooklyn that had its own room? It's not going to rain. I'm not so concerned. I'll move the chair and the other things out of the way of the vehicle. This is inspiration. I have a tiller in the rudder. This end you hold like this. For sailing the boat. So I brought it back as inspiration to rebuild the boat. Boat got hit by a snowplow. Wrecked. So at this point, and then we'll be able to go sailing on the Charles. I can't wait. Darby loves the Charles. One of these days soon, we're going to get a mattress, a real bed. And then she has this dream of sailing an inflatable mattress across the Charles, like George Washington. So we'll see about that. It's up to you. Did you notice the light? There's 3 times as much light now
2 days ago.
of a traditional light bulb. So you're using about maybe 15 watts. I mean, you think about most light bulbs. Using 60 watts, 40 watts, 60 watts, 100 watts. But
There she is.
I didn't get lavender, which is one of my favorite things. And we got another grass, another type of grass. And I love these plants because they come back every year. Okay. You want to put the squirrel back? No.